They say these are the 9 harsh realities of being a miraculous ladybug fan. I'm inclined to disagree with most of these. You'll get to hear my opinions in a second. Alright, number 9. Fans may have watched the show entirely out of order. I agree with that statement, but also you have to realize we're going to watch in whatever order the streaming service puts out at us. We're not going to always look up the production codes, although I'm more likely to attempt to do this once the show finishes. I do watch Miraculous Ladybug, but I personally want to wait till the series is completely over before I try to watch the thing from the beginning. That way I don't have to play catch-up. At the very least, I won't confuse myself. People unfairly judge shows like Miraculous because of their ratings. This is true. I actually agree with this 100% because there are some people, like, for example, in reference to this show, or like the article says, My Little Pony, there are people that think that people that like this kind of thing are pedophiles or something similar. We aren't. We just like children's cartoons. I'll give you an example. I still watch Blue's Clues. I don't care. I love Blue's Clues. I think Josh is a good host. Blue's Clues and You is amazing, and it's just plain adorable. And actually, I need to start recording the episodes again because I made a mistake. I forgot to set up the recordings. I'm gonna have to do that. But all in all, just because you watch a children's show doesn't mean you're a bad person. Like what you like, as long as you're not hurting someone. Or using it to do things that can't be said on YouTube. Development can be thrown out, including entire character arcs. I 100% agree with this. However, sometimes that's actually important. Because sometimes the character development has to be thrown out for the actual story to work. I don't have any super good examples of this because I haven't watched as much Miraculous as I should have, but I will say that sometimes it's necessary for plot. Does it necessarily look good? No, but it is sometimes necessary. The early episodes can feel like a drag to rewatch. I'm inclined to disagree with this statement because I haven't watched every single episode yet, and the early episodes are really good. Especially the Dino Huggy episode. The one complaint I do have about the earlier episodes is that it just seems kind of not bad, not meh, just kind of there. They're actually good to watch, but when you watch them the second time, you kind of realize that the acting is kind of not all the way there. Number 5. The will they won't they between Marionette and Adrian gets old without development. I 100% disagree with this. I personally think that it won't get old. I think it actually is a good thing, and it doesn't really need more development. It's developed enough. I personally think that the people that are making this assumption or conclusion are the same people that really don't understand the reason behind it being the way it is. Unique transformations are introduced, but then hardly ever utilized. That's number 4. I, again, 100% disagree. When you do animation, it's very complex and very hard to do. So when they come up with a unique transformation for them, it's very hard to utilize that animation. Yes, you can reuse animation. It's done quite frequently, but you have to be careful when you do that. Because when you do reuse things, you have to make sure that it fits the scenario. Also, most of the special transformations are used because of a special circumstance. So you're better off just ignoring that point. Yeah, they have them. Yeah, they don't get used often. But think of it as a nice surprise. If you used it or saw the surprise more often, it wouldn't be neat or as much of a surprise anymore. Now would it? Number 3. Some fans become incredibly defensive over their preferred pairing. Okay, I get that. There's a lot of fandoms like this. I don't get defensive. I don't care. I mean, I'd rather have Cat Noir to myself, but that's just me. Because he's my favorite character. But moving right along, let's see. Number 2. Viewers watch as Marinette's crush spirals from cute to creepy and obsessive. Okay. Actually, yes. I was going to say, it does kind of seem like it went from harmless little Clyde from the Loud House crush all the way to Helga Pataki levels of creepy. Although not as violent, I guess is the right word. I don't know how to describe it. It's just there. And finally, number 1. There are some scenes the fans would rather forget about. Okay, I'm inclined to disagree here. I understand that you might not like a scene, but don't forget about it. When you forget about parts of the show, and you end up rewatching, and you decide you don't like that one scene, you're kind of taking away from all the hard work the animators, voice actors, and show writers put in. So no, they might not have done something to your liking then and there, but there's a reason they put it there. Now, I'm not going into all the details of this particular article because I don't have time to this morning, but do be advised, I will be making more Miraculous videos. Maybe this week, maybe not. It depends on what happens with my schedule. But I will be covering Miraculous Ladybug sometime in the future. Puzzled Skunk out.